us should put our feet up when we read the paper.
Hey, Duke, that guy just floated by reading a paper.
Weaver, have your eyes ever been checked?
No, Duke, they've always been blue.
Do you think television will ever replace the newspaper?
No, you can't swat flies with a television.
You know, Samson had the right idea about advertising. He took 2 columns and brought down the house.
Yourself as someone new.
Something good could happen to you. Something good could happen to you. Something good could happen to you today. Something good. Something good could happen to you. Something good. Something good could happen to you. Something good. Something good could happen to you.
Everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Inside Track. Today, we walk the paths of Bible history as...
Come on, Patty, eh? Let's cut out the cheesecake. What have we here? Some Camelot?
Camelot. Let's see. Ain't that where they park all them extra camels?
On my lot, you can choose from new and used camels. This week, double your pleasure, double your fun. Buy 2 humps for the low price of 1.
A little while to realize it doesn't work to always have my way. Time after time, my plans have wound up in a mess. So it will help me, Lord, I'll try to find your way. You are the answer to my question.
Glenda, did you know I'm studying ancient history this year?
Really? So am I.
Great. We must get together and talk over old times.
Sir, if you will cut your hair, you are welcome. Otherwise, I cannot serve you.
Look at man. Some of history's greatest men had long hair.
I'm sorry, sir. Those are the rules.
Even Moses had long hair, man.
Moses cannot eat here either.
You know what Noah told his son when he found him fishing from the ark?
Yeah. Go easy on the bait, boy. I've only got 2 worms.
Hey, Duke, why did Noah take 2 animals of every kind?
He didn't buy that number about the stork.
Would you like to go by Jerusalem? You'd rather go by plane? Okay. Well, not everyone is so casual toward the Middle East. Most people are quite intense. In fact, over there you'll find that some still live in tents. But whatever the case, a trip to Israel takes us to the very heart of history. It was here that David slew Goliath and Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. For a closer look at these folks, let's go to Patty Darley in Jerusalem.
No single country has dominated world history like Israel, the promised land of the Bible. Likewise, no single city can rival the historic electricity of Jerusalem, the capital of Israel, and for the Jewish people, the center of the world. Like myself, Eli Marcus is 16, but his life, unlike mine, is focused on history, the history of tomorrow, the future of Israel. For as a Jew in Jerusalem, Eli must walk in the shadow of eternal promise and the promise of eternal purpose.
Because I want to go into the Air Force, I'm trying to get into shape jogging around Jerusalem. I came to Israel from Canada when I was 2.5 years old. It was actually my parents' decision. As a Jew, my father thought that his place was in Israel, and I have a very strong sense of duty to it.
Tired with all this running, don't you? What are you doing it for anyway?
Every Israeli at age of 18 has to go into the army. And since I want to go into the Air Force, I'm trying to be the best shape I could ever be.
Yeah, but I mean, you're only 16. You've got 2 more years.
Well, since the Air Force is the toughest force, I'm trying to be in best shape, and 18, I'll be in the best shape I could ever be. Would you like to run with me now, Patty? It's good exercise.
Well, okay.
I'm so tired, I just can't run anymore.
Well, Patty, that's all right. I really wanted to stop here and show you the Tower of David over here.
Really?
As you know, David was a very important king for Israel, and he actually captured and built Jerusalem around 3,000 years ago, and he is buried under this tower. I'm trying to get into the army that he started around 3,000 years ago.
You mean to tell me that's the same army that you're trying to join today?
Well, in a sense, yes. And lots of other things started for the Jewish nation around 3,000 years ago, and those things I want to show you.
Okay.
What's very unique about Jerusalem is that you can see things from 3,000 years ago together with modern things. And for the Jewish belief, it's the middle of the world. This is a very holy place for the Muslim people. This is actually the place where Abraham was willing to sacrifice Isaac. And here is where the Jewish temple was, a very important temple for the Jews. This is a very important place for the Muslims, and they built this place on the Jewish temple, and this place is called the Dome of the Rock. Well, this wall means very much to all the Jewish people because here was once the greatest temple ever built for Jews.
Who are those men and why are they dressed like that?
These are very Orthodox Jews, which are very strict about the Jewish law, and you can see them here any time of day or night, 24 hours a day.
They'd have to be serious about their religion to dress like that in this heat.
Duke, which travels faster, heat or cold?
Heat.
How do you know that, Duke?
Well, Weaver, you can always catch cold.
Lots of people are afraid from scorpions by the way they look, but to grown-ups, they aren't that dangerous. I like to play around with them. They're pretty interesting animals.
Don't cotton much to spiders. Because of them, all my ducks got webs in their feet.
Believe it or not, Patty, these piles of dirt are the old walls of Jericho, which Joshua surrounded and after 8 days blew the trumpet. Jericho is the oldest city in the world.
But why, Ailey, is it so green over here when it's not anywhere else near Jerusalem?
Well, it's because of the underwater springs, which make it a very beautiful oasis. Patty, why don't we go over to the Dead Sea, where my father and mother are camping right now.
The Dead Sea? I'd love to go.
Hey, Patty, look how easy it is.
Hey, Dr. Marcus, how can Ailey float like that?
Well, you see, in the Dead Sea, which is the lowest area in the world, there's a high concentration of salts. And these salts cause everything that falls into the Dead Sea or comes into the Dead Sea to be very, very buoyant. And the result, Ailey is capable of floating very, very high in the water and actually holding the newspaper like he is.
Is this the area where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found?
Yes, as you see here, all along these mountains and hills, which are cracked and laced with holes and caves, there are many, many places to hide things. In 1947, an Arab boy wandered along here, and he was throwing stones into the caves, and he heard a clunk. And he went up to investigate what he found, and he found that these very large vases containing the Dead Sea Scrolls.
What exactly are the Dead Sea Scrolls?
These are portions of the Bible that were written some 2,000 years ago. Ailey, don't get that paper wet. I haven't read it yet.
When my family goes to camp, we usually camp through the day onto the night, and we stay there usually at nighttime.
Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Gee, Ailey, that's a really nice song. What do the words mean?
Well, the words are in Hebrew, and they mean that God shall make peace on us, the Jewish people, and all the Middle East. And that's what we really need.
Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
I hope you enjoyed our visit to Jerusalem. Are there any questions?
Was the Dead Sea a vacation area? Like the Marcus family said they were camping there. Was that camping in our sense of term? Like, was it vacation camping?
No, not that we saw. I didn't see anybody pitching any tents or any trailers or anything around there because, of course, it was very hot. The day that we were there, it was well over 120 degrees, and it was sweltering, really. It was sweltering. But a lot of people go there. A lot of tourists go to the Dead Sea because, well, of course, it's famous for its buoyancy. Like, Dead Sea is, well, I guess it gets its name from the fact that it is dead because it's so full of minerals and calcium and stuff like that, so nothing can live in there. No animals or plants or anything, but the salt in the sea makes it so buoyant that it's literally impossible to sink, so people go there and they float in the Dead Sea. Plus the mud is so mineral enriched that they just completely cover themselves with this mud. You see people walking along, you think they're monsters or something because all you see is, brown all over them. And then they go nearby to these hot springs and they rinse off in the mineral water from the hot springs. So it's quite popular for that, but not actually for camping, no.
Was it fun looking around the place?
Oh, it was wonderful. It had to be one of the most fascinating experiences of all my life because in the first place, reading in the Bible about all these different places, like one of the places we ran past was the Garden of Gethsemane and Mount of Olives and all these different historical places that you read about in the Bible, and then all of a sudden to actually be there and to live, for even if only a few days in those places where Jesus walked, it was great. It was one of the best experiences of my life, really.
Duke, did those Bible guys have radios?
You bet, because God took a rib from Adam and created a loudspeaker.
What is it?
It represents the passage of the children of Israel through the Red Sea.
Well, where's the sea?
Oh, it's been drawn back as entailed in the Bible.
Well, where are the Israelites?
Well, they've already gone.
Now, how about the pursuing Egyptians? Where are they?
They haven't arrived yet.
Today we've walked where Jesus walked, the only road to peace. Hope to see y'all again next week.
Road to peace, one road to understanding. Love is the destination we are searching for together. Touch the beauty of a stranger far away. Someone you've never known before. Then be your friend today. Your special friend today. Your special friend today. Your special friend today.
Accommodations for the Inside Track cast and crew arranged through the Holiday Inn worldwide reservation system.